Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be looking at a peer-to-peer networking simulation. All right guys, before we continue guys, please go subscribe to the channel. I mean, if you're new here, subscribe. If you're old and you haven't subscribed, why? Please go subscribe. All right. So let's go ahead and then launch our app. The app we are going to be using is the Cisco packet tracer. Okay, so let's go ahead and then launch our Cisco packet tracer. Okay, all right, so the Cisco packet tracer is basically an app, okay, an API that is going to help us to kind of simulate our network connection. All right, so it's like an environment, a virtual environment where we look at how we can connect our devices through the internet and send information and data and stuff like that. So basically it's a networking app simulator. Okay, all right, so this tutorial we are just gonna talk about peer-to-peer LAN connection. Okay, and before I continue guys, please go subscribe. All right, so after you have launched your app, okay, this is the environment. This is the Cisco packet tracer environment. Okay, so there are a ton of things you can see below here. All right, we have the network devices, we have the end devices here. Now before I continue, everything here is more like a menu. All right, everything here is a menu. All right, and then when you look below here, just look below here, this is a sub menu. Okay, so anytime you click on a menu, an item on the menu here, the menu section here, it opens a sub menu just below it. Okay, so this is a network device. So network device, it opens sub menu of what is found in the network devices. Okay, so we can see here we have routers, we have switches, hubs, wireless devices, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have here end devices. Okay, our end devices, what the end user uses. Okay, end user devices or end devices. All right, so when I click on end devices, you can see I have sub menus here. We have end devices here, we have home, we have smart city, and etc. Now this is, I said earlier, that is a sub menu. All right, now there's another sub menu inside the sub menu. Okay, so this side is the sub menu. Now anything I click on over here opens another sub menu. Okay, and you can see that right here. So you can see I open the menu end devices, and it opened down the sub menu here another end device or end devices. Okay, now when I clicked on end devices, it opened another sub menu. So I can see here we have PCs, laptops, servers, Meraki servers, network controllers, printers, IP phones, you know, a lot of things, TV, tablets, etc. All right, so we want to create a peer-to-peer LAN connection. Okay, peer-to-peer LAN connection. So what are some of the things that we might need? Okay, so to create a peer-to-peer network connections, you need 2 or more devices, right? Because it's peer-to-peer, friend to friend, not just one, but a friend to a friend connection. That is peer-to-peer. All right, so let's go ahead and select 2 devices, end devices, and then we can put that on our environment. So now this white space here, big huge white space here, is our environment. Okay, so it's like an imaginary environment in our mind. All right, so now we want to add the devices. So peer-to-peer, we need 2 or more devices. Okay, so there are 2 ways to do that. So the first one, I'm gonna use 2 PCs. So I'm gonna choose a PC. Okay, so I'm gonna select a PC, click on one of the devices, come to the environment, click on it, and then you can see I have my device over here. All right, now I want another PC or another device because peer-to-peer. I need 2 or more devices in order to establish a peer-to-peer LAN connection. Okay, so I have to click on the other device I want to. In this case, I'm just gonna look for like a laptop or something. So yes, I just click on it, come to the environment, click on the environment, and then boom, that is our laptop. You get it? All right, so now we have 2 devices. Okay, so what else is required of us to establish a connection between these friends over here? So this is a friend's laptop and this is a friend's computer. Okay, this is your friend's computer and this is your laptop. How do you communicate with each other? Now we need something to establish this connection, and we all know what we need, right? We need a cable. All right, we need a cable. All right, so to do that, we're going to look for a cable or something to establish the connection. And so let's go back to our menu and look for connections. So we look for a connection feature here. You can see a connection icon that looks like Zeus's Thunderbolt. It looks like Zeus, you know, Zeus has a Thunderbolt. Yeah, so that's a Thunderbolt, like a lightning, something like that. So we click on that. You can see it opens up a sub menu here. Click on that again, and then you can come here. Now the other sub menu we have here is this Thunder Lightning connection feature here. What it does is that it automatically selects a cable or a connection for us. Okay, if you do not know the type of connection, you just select that one. Okay, so let's assume we don't know. All right, so let's click on this. So we're going to click on this. So you can see we clicked on it, and then this red circle thing comes on it. That means it has been selected. All right, so now let's go straight to our environment, and then now let's start to connect our devices. So I'm going to connect the PC. So I'm going to click on the PC. Okay, you click on it once. All right, and then you see it has this connection coming out of it. So now I'm connecting my other PC to create a peer-to-peer LAN connection. All right, so now I move that to the other PC, and then I click on it once. So you can see now I have established a connection. So let's say this is far away from here somewhere. All right, so now how do we send a message? How do we send a message? Now before we send a message, we have to configure the 2 of the PCs, because every device has an IP address. All right, every device has a name. All right, every device has an IP address, has a name. Okay, but we are not going to change the names of the devices. Okay, we are just going to configure IP addresses so that your friend's PC can identify your PC. Okay, so to do that, let's go and then double click on a PC. Okay, when you double click on it, you can see this interface here. This is showing us the system unit, because that is the main thing. It didn't bring the monitor or something, it brought the system unit. All right, so we are going to configure. All right, so let's go to desktop. Okay, you can as usual go to desktop, and then let's go to IP configuration. All right, IP configuration. So let's go ahead and click on IP configuration. Now you can see we have static, so let it be on static. Okay, and then let's create an IP address, something random. Okay, something like a dummy IP address. All right, so I'm going to click on this box here, and then for the purpose of simplicity, okay, let's just create something small, like a class A IP address. So I'm just gonna say let's say 73.0.0.1. okay, so this is a simple class A IP address. So I'm just gonna copy this, okay, and then close this. So now we have what configured an IP address for this. Okay, so now let's go to the other PC, tap on it once, come to desktop. Okay, come to look for IP configuration, double click on it, come here, and then paste this IP address class A, okay, but I'm just going to change the last number to 2, okay, just for simplicity's sake. Okay, so now I have configured the 2 PCs. Okay, I have configured the 2 PCs. So now both of these devices have IP addresses. So now let's test the connections. Okay, all right, so you can see here on the line we have 2 green triangles on the line. Okay, that means okay, we are okay, good to go. Okay, so now let's test this. To test this, let's go straight up to the top here. Okay, you see like an envelope, okay, closed envelope. So just click on the first envelope. It says add simple PDU. Okay, so let's click on the first one, not the opened envelope but the closed. Okay, so click on it once, come to a PC. In order for communication to be successful, you need a source and you need a destination, or you need a sender and you need a receiver. Okay, so we are going to assign the first PC here. This desktop is going to be our sender or the source. Okay, so our friend is trying to send us a message, so I'm going to click here. So I click on this device so you can see the message on the PC. Now I'm going to move to the next PC. That's your friend's PC or your PC. Your friend is sending you a message. Okay, so this is your PC, your laptop. Okay, so I'm going to click here. So I clicked on this and I clicked on this. Okay, don't forget. So you take the message, you click on it once, come here, click on the sender, then you come here and then you click on the receiver. So when you do that, you can see the message here has disappeared. Okay, so now let's go straight down to this section over here. We can see we have here successful. Okay, it means we are doing the right thing, like yeah, we are good to go. Okay, it means we are on track. All right, so now let's test this out and see if both devices will receive the communication or successful, or the communication between. Now let's test and see if communication between these 2 devices are going to work. Okay, so now let's head straight to the right side bottom of the screen. Right side bottom. Oh my god, let's head to the right side of the screen. Okay, look for simulation, the bottom of the screen. Okay, or you can just type or you can just hold Shift S. All right, depending on your machine or PC or something. So let's click on this simulation. Okay, so you can see this pop up here. All right, this is a simulation panel. Okay, it's going to tell us what is going on, if we are really doing well or not. Okay, so now let's click on the play button. So now we just click on the play button. Okay, all right, so you can see here it's sending a message to your laptop. Your friend is sending you a message. You've gotten the message. Now you send the message back to your friend and you see a green check mark. Okay, when you see the green check mark, that means the message has been received and delivered. Okay, so that means it worked. All right, it worked. So this is an example of a peer-to-peer LAN connection. All right, now let's look at the other example of a peer-to-peer LAN connection. All right, so the other way, let's say we have 2 or more friends. All right, how do they establish a peer-to-peer relation? All right, we cannot use a connection like this straightforward. Okay, we can't use a straightforward line connection for them. We need to use a crossover. All right, but we are not going to use that. We are going to employ, or we are going to borrow another device which we call the switch, so that we can connect 2 or more devices. All right, let's say I want to reset the message. All right, so I can come down here, okay, and then come to delete. So I have to double click on this and you can see my message is deleted. Okay, so no need to start all over again. All right, okay, so now let me take out this. So if I want to delete something over here, I just come to this side. All right, come to the top here where you see this wrong symbol here, click on it once, come back to the environment, click on what you want to delete. So in this case, I want to delete the line, the connection. So I'm just going to click on it once, and you can see it's gone. All right, so now let's go back here and then come and select this. Okay, we want to select, so we come back here, click on this to select something, or we want to select another device. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our end devices here. Come here, so let's look for another PC. Okay, so I click on this and then click here. All right, so now we have another PC. All right, so now how do we connect these three PCs? Because they are peer-to-peer, we are doing a peer-to-peer LAN connection. Okay, so now we need a switch to connect these three devices. Okay, so now let's go to network devices, then come to switches. Okay, all the way to the last sub menu, let's look for a switch. So I'm just going to take this switch, the second one. Okay, so the PT switch, okay, or switch PT, any of them. So I'm just going to click on there, come to the environment, click here. Okay, so now we have our switch. All right, now yes, so this is our switch. Okay, so we're not going to configure our switch. All right, no need to configure the switch. Okay, no need. All right, so now let's go and configure the PC we just added. We have to configure the last PC, so let's click on it. Okay, then come to desktop, IP configuration. So I said earlier, for simplicity's sake, we're just going to add this 3, so it's a class A IP address. Okay, so now we've configured this PC, and this laptop. Okay, so now let's create the connection between them. Okay, so now let's go back to our Thunderbolt connection. So this automatic connection here, now we'll click on this once, drag it to the switch, click on it once. Okay, now come back here, click on it, click on this, drag it to the switch, click on it once. Okay, now come back here, go click on the Thunderbolt again, click on this, drag it to the switch, click on it once. Okay, so now this is how you can connect 3 or more 2 or more devices, with regards to peer-to-peer. Okay, so now let's test our connections. Okay, let's test if a message can be sent to other devices, okay, from a sender to a receiver. Okay, so now we click on the message. All right, and then click on a PC. Okay, and then click on this PC. Okay, so now let's see if it can actually send the message to this PC. So now let's go to simulation. Okay, so you can see we have in progress. Sometimes you don't normally see successful, so you have to try. So we're just going to try and run this connection. Okay, so now let's go to simulation. Okay, so simulation. Okay, so now let me go ahead and then reset simulation here. Okay, and then go to play. So now you can see my message from here goes to the switch. Switch is looking for the address. Now it comes here and says, okay, this is your message, is it for you? Okay, it's mine, I received it. Goes back to the switch and then sends a reply back to the sender and says, okay, I have received. So you can see the green check mark over here. So that means our communication was successful. Okay, so this is how you can simply create a simple peer-to-peer LAN connection with this virtual environment with a Cisco packet tracer. Okay, all right, so thank you for watching. In our next video we will talk about the client server connection. Okay, how to create a client server connection. All right, see you in the next video. Please subscribe.
This is